Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a very interesting video for you. I wanted to sit down and give you some tips and tricks for brides or people that are getting married in the near future. I've been in the bridal industry for quite a bit and I've seen lots out there. So I wanted to sit down and just share some few tips with you and things to keep in mind. Maybe you can learn something new from this video. And yeah, so if you're interested in seeing what I have to say, then please keep watching. This year is going to be one of the biggest years for weddings, due to the whole thing, that happened the past couple of years. We can't say what it is on YouTube because YouTube gets kind of touchy when you talk about the panorama situation that happened recently. So if you catch my drift. But due to that, everything has been put off for quite some time. So this year is set to be the year of the weddings, and I personally love it. I love weddings so much, you guys. It's one of my favorite things in the industry that I work in, and the beauty industry. I love weddings so much. I love brides, and I love all the dresses, and I love all the hair, and I love all the makeup, and it's just like, it's my kind of thing. I love it so much. So I wanted to sit down and give you guys some tips that I've seen from the bridal industry and maybe some things that you guys can keep in mind. So first of all, first thing that I want to mention is to book your vendors with enough time. So especially I have seen this year, a lot of people wait till last minute to book their vendors. And so the issue that arises is that you run the risk of your vendor being either booked or not having time to do you, or not having time to prepare themselves for your event. So henceforth, they will just kind of tell you, look, you didn't give me enough time to prepare myself, so I cannot do your event, which tends to happen a lot, especially with florists and even hair and makeup artists. Weddings are being booked months in advance for lots of different vendors. So if you wait, till a month before your event, the chances are of you finding a makeup or a hair artist is very slim. You might have to settle for someone that you don't necessarily like as much just because you waited till too long to book your vendor. There are people booking their events even a year in advance. So even if you think that it's way too soon to book your vendors, to book your makeup artist, to book your hair artist, don't wait. Reach out to them. If it's too soon, they will tell you it's too soon for me to book. I don't have those dates open yet. I don't have that year's availability. They will tell you straight up, but at least you made the effort to reach out to them. And if they are open, then they will book it in for you, and then you won't have any issues whatsoever in the future with booking your vendor. This even happened to me, this year. I've had clients reach out to me for their weddings in October, November, December of this year, and I've had to turn them down due to other events, due to vacations. So just to play it safe, make sure that you book your vendor in advance, way in advance, even a year in advance. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, you won't regret it. It just gives you enough time to find the vendor that you like, secure them for your date to make sure that your date is perfect. You will also secure the price of your vendor. So most vendors will change their prices yearly. Especially in my industry, we tend to change prices of things every year depending on experience gained and supplies and things of the sort. So if you do book your vendor with enough time or a year in advance, you make sure that you're securing your price, which means that they cannot change the price on you later on, which tends to happen sometimes with some vendors. So that's also a plus to booking it with so much time in advance. Also, if you are having to book a vendor that lives further off, it's going to be very difficult for them to maybe meet up with you. And that's actually happened to me recently with a client who booked me for her wedding. I believe it was like 2 months before her wedding, and the wedding was very far off from me. It was around a 5-hour drive from me. And I told her, look, I can do you the day of the wedding. I have that date available for your makeup. And then when she asked me for a trial, I said, look, since it's so short notice, I cannot book you for a trial because I cannot, in the next 2 months, secure a date with enough time for me to travel 4 hours away from me. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you book, which is why a great thing to book your vendors with enough time, because you have enough time to secure your trial, you have enough time to secure what you like. So keep that in mind as well. Now that does bring me to my second point, which is to book a trial with your vendor, especially if it's makeup or hair. Do the trial. I know it's an extra expense to your wedding, but it will benefit you so much. You will learn what you like and what you don't like on your makeup. If you don't vibe well with your artist or anything of the sort, you can book, tell them, look, I don't like it, I'm gonna go with someone else. That is perfectly fine, but it's also better for you to realize those things before your big day. That way you don't have to deal with that kind of stress the day of your wedding. And then the second great thing about the trial is that your makeup artist or your hair artist doesn't have to play this kind of guessing game the day of your wedding. So especially, I've seen lots of weddings can get very hectic and crazy and people coming in and out, and the bride is very stressed out. So if you can eliminate that stress of knowing that your makeup artist knows what you want, then by all means do so. It will also have the makeup artist be less stressed out the day of your wedding because they already know what products you like, what look you want, and what products to use on you. So that will just eliminate that kind of stress from the artist and from the bride, having everything planned out in that sense. The third point that I like to make is to stay with a classic kind of look, something that's timeless, something that will stand the test of time, because I have seen, especially in my experience, I got married, it's going to be 5 years at the end of this year, we'll make 5 years, and I have seen how even in my own wedding, the trends have changed. And I go back and I say, well, that didn't stand the test of time. There are a lot of things that I did that were trendy at the time. And then now when I look at weddings nowadays, it's the complete opposite. So it's better for you to stand the test of time with your look, with your wedding. Do something classic. I know it's really tempting to do something trendy right now, but trends change very often. If there's something that I've learned from watching Lori Hill here on YouTube, if you guys don't know Lori, she does this plastic surgery, celebrity plastic surgery analysis videos, and she does talk about trends in the plastic surgery industry and how trends have changed with people's bodies. And the similar thing happens with weddings. So what you think is trendy now is not going to be trendy in the next couple of years. Maybe even, like in my case, less than 5 years ago, one thing was trendy and now it's not trendy anymore. So even from 1 year to the next thing, trends can change. Things are very changing all the time. So it's best to just go for something that you know you are going to like throughout the years, and something that is going to be timeless and classy. And those kinds of things tend to stay within the trending realm for a very, very long time. So in my opinion, if I could go back, I would do something a little bit more classic that is timeless, but I can't go back. So all I can do is sit here and give you guys my experience and my tips, which is that. So my fourth tip is in regards to makeup and hair. So as far as makeup, I have seen lots of people that they will do their makeup trial and do their hair with a sort of idea in mind, and then what they don't realize is that not everything translates to photography. So you have to really weigh your options as far as, do you want your makeup to look good in person or do you want it to look good in photography? Most people, I mean, me personally, I would want my look to translate better into the photographs, because the photographs are what is going to stay permanently. You know, you're going to want to and get an enlargement and put it in your home, or share your photographs for many years to come with family, friends, kids, grandkids, all of that. So I personally consider that I would want my makeup and hair to look good in photos rather than in person. And the difference between that is that makeup tends to be a little bit more heavy, a little bit, some kind of like a little bit more makeup-y in photographs, because the photos tend to wash out the face. A lot gets lost in photography. So when someone tells me, okay, I'm doing makeup for photography, my mindset is a little bit different than doing makeup for a natural, maybe a wedding guest type of thing, who's gonna see someone in person, not so much in photos. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your kind of look for your wedding. You want, if you want it to look nice in photographs as opposed to in person, it's going to be a little bit different. Now, there are obviously things that you can have look good in both, but just keep that in mind that if you want something a little bit better for photographs, you might get something different from your artist. The point that I want to make is book your hair and makeup artist. I know, and I'm saying this because I know it sounds really strange that I'm saying this, but I've seen lots of people and especially some bridesmaids in the weddings that I've worked in, that they say, oh, I'm not gonna pay extra for a makeup artist when I can do my own makeup. There is a difference. You will be the only person that looks different. So just keep that in mind. Even though you think that you can do your hair and makeup good, there's a difference, and there's a reason why there's a profession for what we do, and it is because it's going to look its best. Now, I have confidence in you that you can do your makeup pretty for your everyday makeup, but there is such a thing as a professional, and there's a reason why we're professionals, and it's because we are going to do the best that we can to make you look the best that you can. So just spend the money on your makeup and hair artist. You won't regret it. It'll be less stress for you. And then also you will look amazing the day of your wedding. You will sparkle like the shine that comes from the sun, and everyone will look at you and you will look spectacular, and you will be the star of the show. So don't skimp out on your makeup and hair artist. It will make all the difference for you. Last point is going to be a very simple and basic and straightforward. It's get help for your wedding. You do not have to do everything by yourself. You do not have to, stress out about things only for yourself, do things all alone. I know it's really hard, especially I'm that kind of person that likes to micromanage things. So I totally get it if you're that kind of person that wants to do everything yourself because you think that you can do it the best. However, you can trust other people, especially if you book your vendors with enough time. Going back to my first point, you can really explain very detailedly to your vendors what you like, and that way the day of your wedding they will perform what you like, and you don't have to actually do those things. It's best to just kind of delegate all those things. That way the day of your wedding you do not have to have that kind of stress on you. You know that you can trust your vendors. You've explained what you'd like, and then that day you can focus on yourself, getting yourself ready, calming yourself, and enjoying the day. It's really hard to enjoy the day if you're thinking about all these things that you have to do, and that you have to get dressed, and that you have to go to the reception area, and you have to get the flowers, and you have to get this and that and this. So it's better to just delegate all of those things, get your vendors in order, and explain to them everything, and trust them, and get help. You do not have to do everything on your own. You can get help for it. And even if it costs you a little bit more, but it's going to cause you less stress the day of your wedding, it's totally worth it. Make sure that you are enjoying everything that's going on the day of your wedding. All right, you guys, so that's all I have for today. I'm pretty sure I can think of other points, but they're just not coming to me right now. So I'm just going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed something or learned something from this video. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you check the description box below. I will have all of my social media down there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.